everyone, welcome back to my channel Study English with Seema Saini. I'm Seema Saini. I hope you all are good. Today we will discuss
Questions of Chapter 6 My Childhood written by APJ Abdul Kalam. Class 9 Beehive book.
So stay with me till then. Let's start.
Textual questions. Question 1. Where was Abdul Kalam's house? Answer. Abdul Kalam's house was on the Mosque Street in Rameswaram. Question 2. What do you think Dinamani is the name of? Give a reason for your answer. Answer. Dinamani is the name of a newspaper. Kalam used to look at its headlines to know about the war. Question 3. Who were Abdul Kalam's school friends? What did they later become? Answer. Abdul Kalam's school friends were Ramananda Sastri, Arvindan and Shiv Prakasan. Ramananda took over the priesthood of the Rameswaram temple from his father. Arvindan went into the business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrims. Shiv Prakasan became a catering contractor for the Southern Railways. Question 4. How did Abdul Kalam earn his first wages? This is important question. Answer. Kalam's cousin was a news agent. Those were the days of war. The train halt at Rameswaram was suspended. Bundles of newspapers were thrown on the road from the running train. Kalam helped his cousin to collect these bundles. He was given some money for it. Thus, Kalam earned his first wages. Question 5. Had he earned any money before that? In what way? Answer. The Second World War started in 1939. The demand for tamarind seeds increased suddenly. Abdul Kalam would collect the seeds and sell them to a provision shop. Thus, he would earn 1 anna daily. Question 6. How does Abdul Kalam describe his father, his mother and himself? This is most important question. Answer. His father. Kalam says his father didn't have much formal education, but he had natural wisdom. He didn't have much wealth, but he was very generous. He was an austere person, but he gave his children all they needed. He took all care of their food, medicine, and clothes, but he was a man of discipline. He avoided inessential comforts and luxuries. His mother, Kalam says that his mother was an ideal wife. She was a kind and gentle lady. She used to feed at her house a number of outsiders daily. Kalam says that he learnt from his mother to be good and kind to others. His sister and his brother also learnt these qualities from their mother. APJ Abdul Kalam himself, Kalam tells us about his childhood days. He tells how he used to earn an anna a day by selling tamarind seeds. He tells us about his 3 friends at school. They were all Hindu Brahmins. Kalam had very good relations with them. He also tells us about a Brahmin teacher who was very kind to him. He tells us of some unpleasant experiences also, but he never had any ill feelings in his mind. Question 7. What characteristics does Abdul Kalam say he inherited from his parents? Answer. Kalam says that he inherited honesty and self-discipline from his father. From his mother, he inherited a faith in goodness and deep kindness. Question 8. On the whole, the small society of Rameswaram was very rigid in terms of the segregation of different social groups, says the author. Question related this. What social groups does he mention? Were these groups easily identifiable, for example, in the way they dressed? Answer. The author mentions the Hindu and the Muslims living in Rameswaram. These groups could be identified easily. The Muslim could be identified by their cap, the Hindus by their secret thread. Were they aware only of their differences, or did they also naturally share friendships and experiences? Think of the bedtime stories in Kalam's house, of who his friends were, and of what used to take place in the pond near his house. Answer. The Hindus and the Muslims were aware of the differences between them, but they lived together in a friendly manner. For example, Kalam had 3 good friends who were all Brahmins. His mother used to tell him bedtime stories from the Ramayana. During the annual wedding ceremony of Rama and Sita, their family used to arrange boats for carrying the idols of Rama. All this shows that the two communities lived together in love and peace. Third part, the author speaks both of people who were very aware of the differences among them and those who tried to bridge these differences. Can you identify such people in the text? Answer. The author mentions 2 of his teachers. One of them was a new teacher. He knew from Kalam's cap that he was a Muslim. He saw him sitting in the front row with a Brahmin boy. He at once asked Kalam to go and sit on the back bench. The other teacher was Kalam's science teacher. He was a Brahmin. He was against all social barriers. He wanted to break these barriers. One day, he invited Kalam to his house for a meal. The teacher's wife was a conservative lady. She refused to serve Kalam in her kitchen. The teacher served Kalam with his own hands, but the next time the teacher's wife took Kalam inside her kitchen. She served him there with her own hands. Thus, the author shows that there were both kinds of people. There were those who were aware of the differences. There were also those who tried to bridge those differences. Next part, narrate 2 incidents that show how differences can be created and also how they can be resolved. How can people change their attitudes? Answer. The author narrates 2 incidents from his school days. A new teacher had joined Kalam's school. He knew from Kalam's cap that he was a Muslim. He saw him sitting in the front row with a Brahmin boy. He at once asked Kalam to go and sit on the back bench. But Kalam's science teacher was quite the opposite. He was against all social barriers. He wanted to break them. His wife was a conservative lady. One day, the teacher invited Kalam for a meal at his house. His wife refused to serve Kalam in her kitchen. The teacher did not get angry. He served Kalam with his own hands. The next time, Kalam noticed a great change in the teacher's wife. She took Kalam inside her kitchen. She served him there with her own hands. These two incidents show how differences can be created and how they can be resolved by following the way of Kalam's science teacher. People can change their attitude. We are all the children of the same God. We all eat and drink in the same manner. Question 9. Why did Abdul Kalam want to leave Rameswaram? Answer. After the Second World War, it seemed certain that India would gain her freedom. Gandhiji had said, Indians will build their own India. Everybody was feeling inspired. Kalam decided to go to Ramanathapuram for further studies. That was why he wanted to leave Rameswaram, and he asked for his father's permission. Next question. What did his father say to this? Answer. Kalam's father was very happy at this. He at once gave his consent. He knew that it would help Kalam to grow. Kalam's mother was a little hesitant, but the father said to her, Your children are not your children. They come through you, but not from you. You may give them your love, but not your thought. The father believed that a child must have his own independent thoughts. He should not copy others blindly. Next question. What do you think his words mean? Why do you think he spoke those words? Answer. The father's words are full of deep wisdom. The young one of a bird can never learn to fly until and unless it leaves its nest. The father wanted his son not to be confined to his own home. He wanted him to belong to the entire humanity.
That's all for today. For more videos, please like, share, comment and subscribe the channel. Keep watching. देखते रहिए और सीखते रहिए. Till then, bye. Take care.